there, lovely souls. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be doing an all signs reading, checking in to see what's up with you for the month of December 2025. I will pull the sign, do the life reading. That's my cat shaking the desk. The life check-in reading, the love check-in reading, and the spiritual path journey or guidance reading. Okay, so that's what's going on. I'm gonna just jump right into it. Welcome back to everyone that is a subscriber. You're new here, welcome. Thumbs up these videos. Let me know your sign in the comments. Let me know anything you'd like to see. If you'd like individual readings. Currently, until the rest of December, I'm thinking about just going with all signs and then doing like the timestamps, but I'm open to suggestions to do what you guys like. However, you know, I will still do different style readings regardless, but if there's things you guys absolutely like, you prefer, let me know. All right, so let's get started. The first sign I'm pulling up is Aries. I will start with Aries. Beautiful Aries, hoping everything is great for you right now. Everything is going wonderful in your life. All right, let's check in with whatever life information is coming in for you here for the month of December. All right. All right. Someone here is out to get you in some way by gossiping about you. I feel like maybe it's gonna make, they're gonna think like perhaps it's going to paint you in a dark or bad light or put you in a compromising space. But you've been working really hard towards something, and you're gonna be successful. You're gonna achieve what it is that you're set your mind to. So this is gonna be a little bit of a noise. This is somebody that's not gonna get what they want, where you're gonna get that thing. Maybe, I don't know, competitively in your job, siblings, I don't know, siblings rivalry sometimes can be mean, but you know, it just feels more like it's business related. It feels like it's outside the house, like outside noise, you know, it's coming from the outside. Your hard work is going to be paying off, whatever it is, a bonus, a raise, a promotion, taking off in your own direction, whatever you're working on that people are gossiping about is going to be amazing and successful. All right, so let's see, we have grasshopper. Okay, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Yeah, so you know, you basically, I feel like, you know, you're gonna work hard, you're gonna pay attention, you're present, you're mindful, you're aware, and you know, you're not gonna play the game. You're not gonna allow people to kind of have you be on their kind of frequency. You know, they're trying to pull you down, they're trying to get you to be like in their negative space, and you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. So you're handling things well, or you will be handling things well, I guess, in December. And it's just going to be something here that's going to be necessary. Okay, this is something that you may have been putting up with for some time here. Okay, I'll just stop with these two here. Wow, the lobster is out. Quite a bit of animals here. Okay, financial pinch. Okay, we have financial pinch here. Whatever it is that you're waiting on, whatever it is, I feel like the message would be kind of, don't count your chickens until they're actually hatched. So you're getting that raise, you're getting that promotion, whatever that's coming your way. I don't know, is it too bright for you? Whatever's coming your way, I feel like the message here is, don't rush into the spending until the good stuff hits the bank account first, something like that. Or, you know, truly you might find yourself in a place where somebody that you're dealing with is in a financial pinch and they may be reaching out. Okay, but I feel like whatever it is, it's just something that has, I feel like the claws of the lobster are popping out for me, and I feel like it's just like a hook, like a grab. Okay, like somebody, you know, other people's problems are not yours, especially financially, but it feels like there's something that's like somebody's got their claws in you or something. I don't know, child support or something like along the lines of like their clutches are in on you, you know, I don't know. Look, wow. I don't even know. I feel like the variety of the animals here is just indicative of how flavorful your life is, or how active you might be, in the broad sense. Okay, beware of great pride. Okay, I feel like the message here when we're talking about working hard and finding the balance, handling things, you know, careful handling. This is gonna be it. You know, honestly, it is what it is, right? You want to celebrate, you want to be happy, you want to be in a good place, your hard work paid off, and whatever it is that you're achieving towards the end of the year. But I feel like the beware of great pride, it's not so much, it's just like keep it humble. you know, it's just a message. I'm not thinking that you're going to be very prideful. If you will be very prideful, you are going to be finding yourself in a situation more that's going to require more delicate handling that you ever wanted to deal with. So I want to feel like somebody, I want to say somebody's trying to like trap through gossip, and it depends on how, like, you know, I don't know, something example, you got promoted. Well, they worked as hard as I did, and then whoever heard that takes it back to this gossip or goes and gossips about it. Something like that. It just feels like it's more like really outside the house kind of stuff. All right, so Aries, let's see what's going on with you in love. All right, I'll just pull 3 cards and check in for Aries and love for December 2025. All right, so we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I wanted to cut the deck, but it flew off, so I'm not cutting the deck, okay? We have the King of Wands in the reverse. We also have the Chariot. All right, nice. And overall, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, there's just been a lot of hard work going on. You know, you've been in a place where I don't know why the lighting is so powerful. You've been in a place where you've really worked hard to get where you are, and I feel like somebody's kind of really keeping an eye on you, over analyzing you, hoping that you would fall out into, like, make a mistake. Okay, now I'm not saying they're going to sabotage you or anything like that, but they're just coming through as though they're scrutinizing something. Energetically speaking, I feel like you're also doing the same thing. You're being a little kind of cautious, or you're exercising caution, or you're about to exercise caution. But it's more to preserve things. Okay, you're you know, this is a good news card. You have good news coming. Something is going to be in your favor. All right, you are going to have some sort of an offer overall, in general. So in terms of, I feel like love, even though this can also indicate things at work, but in terms of like love and romance, I feel like something here, or the truth about something is being revealed to you, and I feel like it's taking some time for you to see through some things, but it's making sense. It's lining up now. Like whatever noise was around in terms of like your love or situation or your energy in love, now you're taking a little bit of a closer look towards things. Okay, I feel like, you know, you could be on the line here with impulsive patterns, or maybe around an impulsive person when it comes to their relationship and where things are or where they want them to be. But overall, I feel like you're just more cautious. Okay, now with the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, so we have like a Virgo here. We have a little bit of a Leo Cancer energy with Virgo, Cancer showing up, and now Virgo showing up. Okay, and then we have the Sagittarius here with the King of Wands. So just keep that in mind in terms of the energies that you're working with. It could be in their charts, or it could be their main signs. All right, the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like, you know, it could sometimes lead to a sense of manipulation, you know, but this is the energy that's closest to you right now. I feel like it's a manipulative energy, but more so, you know, they lack appreciation for your, you know, your they like the relationship. It feels like it lacks appreciation or the right kind of gratitude. The manipulation kind of comes through where, you know, it just feels like there's like a dark side to things with this energy, when it comes to being materialistic. So the manipulation is tied into materialism, to some degree, and I feel like this is the person that's the nearest to you right now in the romantic sense. All right, the King of Wands here. My question for this is, who's coming, what's coming, or coming back into my life soon, or what's leaving, I guess, or leaving soon. King of Wands is here in the reverse. You know, again, we have an energy here that's very impulsive. It's showing impulsivity, very analytical, but also kind of very manipulative with their analytical ways. So I feel like this is somebody that, you know, could be, you know, emotionally or relationship wise like a narcissist, or like they drain like a vampire energy, like a drainer. You know, every time they try to take action, they kind of like take 2 steps forward, like 3 steps back. But that's the energy I feel like that's coming back, or that is present, or one is like persistently there. However, looking forward, you know, in terms of life and connections, and what is in store for you, especially like during the month of December onward. The Chariot's here, and I love that card because I feel like this is a card of drive. All right, so I feel like you're going to be around an energy soon that's going to be different for you. Somebody that's going to be driven. They have direction. They're ambitious. They want to do things. Okay, this is somebody that could be standing, you know, like you might observe them, you might notice them. They may attract you because of how kind of independent they are, in the sense that, you know, it makes things kind of exciting and interesting. Like you want to know more about them, you want to be with them more. Something is changing. Okay, this is somebody that I feel like has their emotions in check, but I also feel like the message here will align to having your emotions like in check as well, because there might be a minute here where you might have to come together to communicate, to get together. So I guess my thing is, you know, you could do trauma dumping, but maybe, you know, just this is somebody that has their emotions in check. So if they kind of feel like somebody's like their emotions are like kind of like, you know, I'm crying, I'm sad, I'm getting teary, you know, whatever, they may not necessarily react in a warm, or it's not like they're so detached or cold, but their emotions are in check. Like they're not emotionless, but they're not over emotional. All right. I feel like this energy here is going to kind of, you know, just out of conversation purposes, they're going to have a way to kind of show you, or like at least help you highlight some things here. And especially if you're looking forward towards like 2026, you know, change is coming regardless. There's success on the way. So some changes and shifts are going to be like, you know, it's going to have to happen regardless. There's no control over it. And I feel like this is this energy that you'll be needing, or what the universe is cooking up for you. There's going to be like a lot of balance. Okay, there's going to be a lot of overcoming of hurdles and obstacles when it comes to relationships. Okay, so beautiful Aries, let's see what spiritual message or spiritual guidance message, or a message for your spiritual health, success, and journey might be. Something you might want to pay attention to, or confirm, or validate, or act on. Decision is yours. The card here is, see, oh my gosh, you guys, it says it right here. Set limits with draining people. Okay, this is it. When people are depleting you, kindly set a limit such as, I have 10 minutes to listen now. Such self-care is respectful and very empowering. All right, well, beautiful Aries, these are your messages, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello there, Taurus. So welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. For everybody that's new, welcome to the channel again. All right, so let's see what's going on here for December 2025 for Taurus in life. All right, what's the life messages and awareness and information for 2025 for Taurus? All right. Shuffle. Okay, so pay attention to your health here in 2025. Okay, so I read this more like if you have like commitments. Well, first pay attention to your health, but also, I don't know, if you're gonna be like if you've been on a health journey, you know, be careful, like don't break your commitments, or don't break your like discipline, something like that. I mean, you might end up being around people that really just want to they may have all the wrong things on the table. Okay, so in that sense, you know, pay attention to your health, or your health commitments. Broadly speaking, if you haven't had your physicals, or if you haven't checked in on yourself in a while, or if you need some time off, or rest, or leave, or break, or I don't know, what do you call it, vacation time, consider those things as well. Okay, for coming into December. We have table, hard at work here, or there's hard work ahead. All right, there's new job and career here. So there's a lot of changes that are coming through, possibly stressed out. Pay attention to your health in that sense as well. You know, you could be exhausting yourself. You're just go, go, go. There could be multiple things going on. You know, you're buying a home, you're getting a fixer-upper, you're starting a business, you're getting promoted, you're shifting something. Okay, so there's just a lot of things here that require caution, in the sense of like, over like exertion, you know, not over tiring yourself, not you know, like basically pace. Okay, and we have sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. So multiple fresh things are being lined up for you. Multiple things that you've kind of planted or worked hard towards, or applied for, or you know, showed up and delivered on. Everything's materializing here. Okay, so things are going to be lining up for you significantly, you know. And lastly, we have haystack. Okay, so you will reap what you've sown. you will reap what you have sown. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be reaping a lot of rewards. A lot of things that, again, you've worked hard towards, planning, investing, anything that you've kind of all your, broke your back kind of getting in an order, whatever it is. It could even just be like home life, being a good parent, homeschooling, whatever it is. New opportunities, new creativity, new sunrise. Okay, so even though it's going to be freaking cold, okay, Taurus, it's gonna be good times. All right, so let's check in here with your love in December. I'll ask multiple different questions, okay, and I'll do a vibe check with the bottom of the deck. That'll be your energy, and then the other three cards will be about everybody else, or the other energy that's present, or if there's more than one. Okay, so let's see what's going on in love with Taurus for 2025. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, both are in reverse. Oh, look at that, and the Ace of Swords. I literally was thinking about the Ace of Swords when I saw this. So thankfully I read it correctly. I mean, let's just say, I knew this was going to be here. Okay, I really did. And then we have the Empress in reverse. So your energy here in the reverse, something has exhausted you, okay? So maybe you felt that there was like a lack of growth, like you had to kind of step up and bring your A game, your best game, become that powerhouse of making things happen, surviving 2025. You've really worked hard towards that, okay? But there was some disharmony here in your love connection, in your love situation with this energy, and I feel like they didn't bring their own part. They didn't make, they didn't meet you halfway. Something here left you feeling like, watered down, like you don't have resources, you're stagnant, you're like kind of, this was more like the energy and the relationship that like that you had a home life with. Okay, so some of you honestly could have like kind of fell down into like a slump here, not feeling your best, not wanting to get out of bed, stuff like that, and pay attention to your health is coming through. You've worked so hard, you've achieved so much, it's really showing. I'm not just saying it. And the presence of the Empress just says that you were time and time and time. Actually, I feel like it represents a Taurus energy anyway. But the Empress card, time and time and time, you've come through this year. All right. So, yeah, sure, you may not have been nurtured, things may not have been abundant, but it's not even about like giving up. You were just really resilient, okay, is what I'm getting out of this entire situation. So, in terms of the love aspect of it, okay, and alignment to Venus, it's just that, the trust here, the trust was broken with this energy. You feel like you can't trust, you struggle with trust, you're feeling a little insecure right now, around this time of 2025, around this time of reading. All right, so with the Ace of Pentacles, the question I usually have for this card is who's near me, which person's here that has a romantic interest or is of romantic interest. Like we're just wanting to see like who's checking in here, and it's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This energy, it's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth sign as well. This energy feels like you're a lost opportunity. You feel like they missed out, they didn't bring the right offer, they didn't make the right offer, or they renege, like they kind of backed out on their offer, or they broke, the promise, like, whatever it is, whatever that trust, I feel like this energy, kind of was maybe able to speak the offer or the commitment or the desires, but did not fulfill them. They were not fulfilling. You were not fulfilled. Okay, you didn't feel, you weren't, they didn't treat you like the queen. So this person is really here. This person is really near you energetically, very romantically still interested. Okay, it does feel like this is somebody that could also be struggling. They could be having other issues themselves. So the stability or whatever it is that this relationship needed or the situation needed with them, they could not bring it forward. They could not carry it through. Okay, and it just feels like between you and this energy, both of you, like it feels like your time together was being slowed down, like to go and do your best out there, like you were held back. Okay, so you have that fire in you, interestingly, so it just feels like you really kind of maybe took a chance with this energy, just to kind of see where things might go. And while I'm not going to say you were disappointed or they proved you right, it really held you back a little bit. Okay, but you're spearing through here in your life in general. You're spearheading in love. There's just been a little couple of setbacks. Mistrust is coming through. I don't know if, man, I don't know if they stole from you or took something from you. I'm just gonna not get into it. I get it. I'm just getting that like pinch on that thought, so I'm just putting it out there. The Queen of Swords here for you. Okay, so this is a Libra energy, Virgo energy. I have a sneeze coming through. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, this energy here that's showing up, that wants to come back is coming back or might be on their way. All right. We have an energy here that, again, I don't know why you are, maybe attract liars because you kind of bring them down to their knees and bring them to the awareness of who and what they are. They kind of like, they go through you as a passage like your teacher. And they find you to be the perfect thing, but they just don't know how to treat it. So then they, it's just one, it's like lies, right? So I feel like with this Queen of Swords energy, we're having a liar presence. Presence of lying is here. We have a very judgmental energy when it's showing up in the reverse, but it's not so much. It doesn't have to be a male. Okay, it could be somebody. It could be a female energy, or you could be the male. Whatever it is, this energy is coming through as somebody that has bad feelings towards you. Okay, so again, I feel like you should take it as it resonates, but when it comes to love, somebody has bad feelings towards you, or the person that wants to come your way, somebody here in between, there's an interjection of some sort. Okay, I do feel like there's a sabotage that was took effect. Something was sabotaged, and I feel like for a lot of you, it just kind of shifted things around. That's kind of what catapulted you into fixing yourself, or I don't know how to explain it, like resetting yourself and just getting back on the boots on the ground and taking off and focusing on you. Now the Ace of Swords is coming through. I kind of think it's a cool card. This is the new connection. This is the what might happen, like that hasn't already happened. Ace of Swords, I feel like you're gonna get a lot of clarity. But somebody here is going to present you with clarity. Okay, you're not just going oh, I am clear now. No, that's not what I meant. I mean, like somebody here, somebody that cares, somebody that wants to be in your energy, around you, in your presence, is going to bring you a lot of clarity in your love situationship right now. All right, so there is an offer that's going to be coming through. I feel like this is an energy that's hoping that their offer is not going to be rejected. This is somebody that wants something positive. They want a triumph. This is a triumph after the chaos, after the storm, after the anger, after everything. There could be some sort of self-reflection that's gone through. Revelations have come through for them. All right. I feel like this is somebody that I hear I feel like they're going to say something like, I really want to operate in truth. Okay, so this time they want to operate in truth. All right. So let's see here, Taurus. What's the spiritual message for Taurus for December 2025? A message, a word of guidance. What Taurus might need to pay attention to, focus on, or look out for 2025 December. Taurus, it says here to identify your emotional triggers. All right. We absorb the emotions of others that remain unhealed in ourselves. Notice your triggers such as anger and fear and gently begin to heal them. All right. Well, I love you all so much, and thank you for spending some of your time with me. Bye. All right. Hey, Sagittarius, welcome back. I am so thankful to be back as well. So let's go ahead and jump right in and see what's going on with you for December 2025. Sagittarius life messages for Sagittarius. All right, 2025 life messages. So we have, ooh, my favorite. I have a cat. So we have well, cats are my favorite, but this here, it says we have a two-faced friend that you're dealing with, okay? So we have an elephant. Okay, so a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Somebody here, I feel like it's been a long thing coming. Maybe some of you've been warned and warned and warned about a certain person in your life over the years, over the months. And it's just kind of like you had to see it for yourself to kind of believe it. Or finally, like, you had like your final straw with this energy. So I feel like in December 2025 or from here on out, you're going to be like in a place where like you're doing like an inventory kind of check here with the pros and cons of a matter with this energy. It could be a relationship, but we're focusing from the life angle here. Okay, so you're gonna be like, you know, it's a lesson learned situation, and you're gonna learn from it, and it's not coming at a great cost, at least not right now. Because you look, you're going to be getting something positive here in December. Something, I mean, something is going to be good that's going to come out of some decisions that you're going to be making in December. And I feel like a precious gift, this could mean anything. Some of you might want to have a family member join your family by adoption, adopting a pet, a fur baby, or even maybe focusing on like, you know, moving in or building something with somebody here. So there's going to be some sort of preciousness coming through. Some of you could become aunties, aunts. I mean, whatever it is, I just feel like it just has something to do with like birth, the birth of something, or just something that's going to be just adorable, like you know, like babies, like pets, you know. You know, if it's anything different, you know, feel free to come back, let me know. We also have, you're gonna, you know, you're cleaning house. Things are coming to light for you with a certain energy, with a certain situation, and you're gonna get back to the basics. You're gonna get yourself like it's a reset. Okay, you're gonna take this whole time and just kind of map out like the things that work out for you, and you know, have like a plan for yourself. You're gonna might maybe start establishing a routine. You might start, you know, writing back your schedule on your phone or something. But we're gonna get back to the basics here. Some of you, you know, I feel like you just a side vibe here. I am seeing the quill. Some of you, if you have creative writing skills, might be a good time to kind of like think on maybe where that might take you in the age of AI, in the age of technology advancing. So there could be some spark here for you coming through towards December that could put you in that space where you're going to put like a talent or a skill to work, and just kind of like take the augmentation forward with it. Okay, and we have an ink pot. Okay, problems are going to be resolved. Problems to be resolved. Look, we have quill again. Okay, so could be a contract that's coming to an end. It's gonna marriage. Could be something you just didn't want. They didn't want. You both are okay. Whatever it is that you had signed, whatever contract that you were bound to, something might come to an end in that sense. But you might be signing new contracts. You might be building a new empire. You know, you never know. Sky's the limit. So that's what's going on in terms of 2025 December life updates here for you, things to look forward to. Let's go ahead and check in with your love situation, former energy, new energy, current energy, whatever. I'll just speak to those energies themselves through the cards, and at the bottom of the deck I'll read your personal energy or vibe in terms of your love activities, I guess, if you will. Okay, so let's see what's here for you, Sagittarius. What's going on with Sagittarius and the energies around Sagittarius and love. Okay, so the first card, we have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, oh, and the Tower in reverse. Okay, everything in the reverse, and the Magician in reverse. Why not? Everything. So yeah, something here, two-faced, somebody here. Some like unspoken rule was broken. Some promise was not, like, there was, could have been lying, could have been something deeper, could have been sabotage, could have been just vindictiveness, whatever it is. I know that's like up in the life space, but here we're coming in, we're looking at a sense that something had the appearance to be like somebody, there was like, it's like a shell, right? Somebody built the shell of something, and it was no foundation. It was just like a shell. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a template. In terms of buildings, like, what do you call it? Like, somebody, there's no foundation. Everything, it feels like we were dealing with some sort of like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Maybe like narcissistic. The illusions were built, but the actual happenings were not active at all. There was just like things were built on lies, or things were built on emptiness. That's what it is. Empty, vacant. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Now let's check in with you with the Magician in reverse. Aquarius energy is showing up a little bit. Something was meant to move, or something that was moving very, very, very quickly, led to not paying attention. Okay, so you, in this energy, in your space, you could have been around somebody that was very manipulative, very greedy, and honestly, I feel like you might have wanted openness and honesty from this energy, but it wasn't coming through. It's like what you were expecting, hoping, and manifesting, because you were manifesting it and this person was speaking to you about it. Okay, so that's why I feel like this is somebody that may have like no commitment, no boundaries, somebody that just wanted to get what they could and kind of like play. And then when things get serious, they're like, no, I'm not here for that. So because of that, I feel like, you may have, are licking your wounds or healing or building and rebuilding and changing and going back to the basics with some things, saying no when your intuition is telling you not to, or saying no, thank you, not right now. All right, because you're not into it for the trickery here, but something made you believe, and this person appeared extremely trustworthy, and they used that to manipulate and get a lot out of you, and it kind of explains what's going on up here in your life. But I feel like you're going to be the precious gift that's coming through. It could easily, honestly, be the gift of rebirth in the sense of like starting new for yourself. All right, like a new beginning for you. Okay, so the energies that are around you, who's near you, who's coming, what the universe has for you, I feel like the people that are still clinging onto your energy is the Four of Wands energy here. This is an Aries energy, a reversal. This is an energy that was not supportive, did not support the relationship. They were very fleeting energy. They were extremely non-committal. They were not permanent. Okay, so again, whenever something was being built or you thought you were trying to build something with them, it was just you doing it, and there was just not a whole lot coming out of this energy. The Ace of Cups in the reverse, this is like, the person that wants to come back into your life, hoping to come back into your life very soon. I feel like this is an energy that either was lying, strongly lying, or could not be with just one person, and they were cheating, or they could have somebody else, and it's just that, they're unable to let them go, and they're unable to let you go. A narcissist, believe it or not, or the narcissistic pattern, or patterns in relationships of bad people, like, it comes like that. It's like a hustle, a scam, it's just like what they know, they do. You see, once you see it, you're like, oh God, like, what is this? But anyways, this energy here, I'm not saying they're all those things, but it's just like, they wanted to kind of, again, we were talking birth of a new baby or something. I don't know if for whatever reason, I try not to go deep because it's not general reading, but if like you're pregnant, this person is seeing all that now because they're not around and they're coming back, but they're going to need to fix a lot because they can't keep doing what they're doing and come through with a child. When the child comes, this is not something that's going to fly. And I feel like that energy here, for some of you, it might not be all of you, that energy is pushing through strongly to fix and heal something, okay? But it's not that easy. This is an exhausting relationship. Narcissistic patterns can be exhausting, draining, but it feels like you have like other things to worry about than dealing with this adult thing that just is doing their thing. All right, now I'm not saying you have to be pregnant. They could be pregnant. If they're pregnant and they're cheating, I don't know about that. I'm not that deep into this, so please don't call me out and be like, well, if this and this. That's all I'm trying to say. All I'm saying is there's like this energy blocks their emotion a lot, and they're non-committal, and they're going to be wanting to come back. All right, they're going to want to, and but that's how they are still. It's not like anything's changed overnight. So what the universe is kind of sending your way here, setting you up for, we have the Tower in reverse. It's you. It's Tower here, I feel like represents fire energy, Sagittarius. I feel like this is kind of talking to you. In the reverse here, I feel like the universe is going to put you in a place or set you up with an energy, or you're going to be in an energy in general, whether it's somebody from the past or just never worked out before. You're going to be placed in a place where the desire to save the situation is there, the ability to do it, but the person that the universe is saying, see if this is going to work out with, they may not be prepared to confront their own issues. all right, their own issues in the matter. So I want to work with you, I hear you, but this is everything that you keep putting me through, blah blah blah. They're not going to be willing to accept and hear a lot of that, because that's too much. And that's going to be something that the universe, for whatever reason, that connection is coming through with the universe saying prepare for it. All right, it's not the universe saying, oh, I'm going to give you the tower, I'm going to send you a bad person. It's just saying prepare for it, because we're looking for 2025, what to expect, and be ready to plan in a way that actually, you know, you're not, I don't feel like anybody is individually going to be somebody else's fixer. But this person, if they're not going to want to hear and they're going to resist, you know, you're going to have some thinking to do, is really where it's at. Okay, so let's see what spiritual message is here for you for December 2025, Sagittarius. December 2025 spiritual message, guidance, or anything that needs paying attention to or focus. All right, so we have, remember your gifts, okay? Focus on your blessings rather than dwelling on adversity. Pause and give thanks for your gifts, such as your sensitivity, intuition, health, friendships, and family or family. All right, well, Sagittarius, thank you so much for spending some of your time with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye. All right, let's see what's next. Leo. All right, Leo, what's up? Thank you so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and check in with what messages are here for you for December 2025 in terms of life. Life messages could be anything related to life that you're dealing with. And then the next set will be with the love life, and then we'll get some spiritual guidance. Okay. All right. What else is here for Leo? Ooh, I feel like, I don't know which one it was. Man, I'm going to take this. Okay, so we have a bow, a funnel. We've got a dagger. All right. You're on somebody's mind here. Somebody misses you a lot. Somebody's going to be thinking a lot more about you further than they probably have, like in the past, or you know, just recently. It's just going to be like real deep, real meaningful. Somebody's going to miss you. They're going to reminisce. Okay, so there's that going on. And I also feel like in terms of work, in terms of work, school, performance, anything that you're performing in, you're highly thought of. Your people come to you for insights. Maybe you are relied upon a lot. Like they find you reliable, trustworthy, ethical. So that's good. That's great. It's like, you know, you show up, you get the job done, you are a hard worker. All right. Something here is feeling very frustrating in December. It feels like the lessons are going to kind of reveal themselves. It just feels like you're just going to have to kind of go through and filter out what it is that, you know, because you're a very perceptive energy, you know, Leo, that it's just not it for you. Okay, so you need to kind of go through and fill the cup or the bucket or whatever it is that you use with the things that are Leo things. Okay, all right. Maybe we will have to take one Leo thing out of 20, but we're not going to put everything and like leave 3 Leo things in that bucket. We're going to do it all Leo. And if somebody's worthy, we can take one Leo out because we have all the other things. So essentially, realign, or you will be realigning the energy aspect of things for you here. Like your outlook, there's just going to be a lot of like journaling style planning. It's going to be exciting for you. You're going to be like actually into it, or you're going to get into it like, you know, it's just going to like flow out of nowhere. All right. So, I feel like with this dagger, you know, could be like, I feel like it's more like, I don't feel like you have fear. I don't feel like you're a fearful person, but you are in tense situations often. Okay. So, because of that, I feel like it feels like the axe is against you. You know, it's like, you know, you have to like watch your back, be careful. Again, you're coming through highly thought of, highly regarded, highly, you know, like you are in a position, you could be in a position of like, ooh, in charge of certain energies, certain style of work. I don't want to kind of get too deep, but in that broad sense, you know, people are not necessarily favoring you. You know, you could, I'm not going to say, I don't know why a lawyer or a doctor is going to be here listening, but you never know. You could be going through lawyer school, med school. No, but it just feels like there's just intensity. So there's like tension, tense situations arise. And I feel like, you know, people just don't want you to be not, well, jealousy and envy, yes, but I'm getting it more like people feel like you're in their way because if you're not around, other people have a chance. So, but you're not competitive. It's just that you are an A-star, boss mode, hardworking, ethical person. So you kind of get in people's way when it comes to that. All right, but you're going to be funneling some things through. You're going to be like realigning things. Priorities are going to change a little bit for you as well, starting December or into December. And here I see, and somebody here, I feel like, you know, the feather is a nice card. I like it, but what it's saying is someone you know is undependable and insincere, and some forces are working against you. So, but I think you know this though. All right. And so I feel like with you're highly thought of, I really honestly want to feel like there's energies here around you protecting you and you're being guided. Okay. So through December, things are going to kind of present themselves. Things are going to be revealed. And I think you're going to be, it's not just like walking away, but something's going to change and, people will be set straight. Like people will know where their lane is. Okay. So like any form of, I don't know, workplace, for example, or relationship style kind of harassment, bullying from the third party and all this crap or whatever, even through like work, or even because of your position is really like, you know, you could be around volatile people. Something is going to course correct because of all of that. And I feel like you are more equipped more than any other energy to be able to face and deal with this and actually get over it, you know, like actually triumphant, you know, be the I don't know, it feels like you're going to become more of like a voice for the voiceless or a voice for energies that were not necessarily as strong or as persistent as you've been. Okay, so take that as you want. Okay, all right, let's see what's going on here with you in love. All right, what love energies are around you? Who's coming? Who's going? Who's romantically interested? Who's romantically walking away? What's new? What new connection might show up? What the universe wants you to know or is going to send your way? What might be the next challenge in love and relationship situation for you? Okay, these are all things I'm trying to figure out with you here. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. We have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Page of Wands. All right. Your energy about relationships and situations. Okay, well, here we come in. You know, you're in a place again where you have so many options. Okay, so it's not just like, it's like you have options in anything. And maybe I feel like that's kind of in your life, in your actual life. You know, I don't want to say you don't have hardships. It's not about that, but you have a way to bounce back. You have that grit in you. Something about you presents itself where, you know, when people think you're not just gonna ever get up, you're like up right back. Okay, so you have a good bounce back. So your energy here in love and relationships, I really feel like you have a lot of suitors, you have a lot of direction you could take. I do feel like for some of you, you know, you could be with a Scorpio in your chart, or you could be thinking about a Scorpio energy that equally matches your energy. They could be with anyone they want. They have so many options out there. Someone equally as matching as you are, but somebody here is not being honest. Okay, so somebody's putting up fake appearances. I feel like somebody here doesn't want to communicate issues. So I feel like your energy is coming through where you have these options, but it almost feels like you're waiting on this person that you think should be doing the right thing, or should be reaching out, or should be communicating and saying something here. And you know, they're just not doing it. It's almost like this person is just, they don't know what they want, but they're also very like cautious. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know, there's nothing more you could do to kind of let them know that this is something that you're interested in. So you're not like jumping out of your socks here anymore for this person, because you do have options, but it just feels like you're leaving one cup reserved for the unknown, for this energy to kind of do something right, and you're not, I don't know if you're getting there or if you're going to get there with them. Okay, so the Nine of Cups in the reverse, this says about what person is closest to you right now, romantically, wants to be, or energetically is desiring it. This energy here is strong Pisces energy. Again, there's a lot of unrealistic expectations. This person could, you could build a house in the mountains in like a day, and they could, I don't know why, but it feels like there's just like, when it comes to like love, it's like they're always picky, or there's always something that's just not right now, not this time, not right now. You know, just something that's always like throwing the ball right down the street or pushing it to the next step, you know, like kind of being, they're like, I don't know how to say it, but they're not practical when it comes to feeling fulfilled, and they're not grateful. They are not full of gratitude. They're really kind of, you know, discontent. They could deal with some sort of depression or anxiety that, like, it's really hard for them to kind of connect with their emotions, much less. But it's also like in the reverse, and if you see their hands are folded, it's kind of like they're also stubborn about it, or they're not going to budge. It's like they also think you should kind of be the person that says, hey, or do a little bit more, or kind of convince them, you know. So it just feel, and you're not going to do it because you're not trying to tell them to tell you what you want to hear. Like, you're not there with that person. You're not. So let's check in with this energy. It could be the same person, somebody else, or an extra in the situation here. We have the Nine of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy, fire, basically fire sign, just as you are. But you know, I feel like in terms of somebody that really, like, a direction that's going to be taken here, we have blocked communication. Okay, so I feel like somebody's hurt. Could be you here, or could be like, you know, somebody could be dealing with somebody else that maybe, you know, at some point you may have broken up with or didn't want to be with. They're hurt. They still are holding like a lot of flames for you. They're very cautious. There could be two energies phasing with you here. I mean, obviously there's options, so I don't know. It feels like that could also line up. But we have somebody here. We have some hesitation. We have some concern. Very, you know, skeptic. And it feels like, you know, this energy could be disrupting the situation. The cups is just not necessarily, I feel like we're talking about two different, I really do. So I feel like in December, I don't know whether it's because it's the holidays, but it does feel like maybe some sort of a nudge. Somebody that may have blocked, you blocked, they blocked somehow. Or just kind of ghosted, or like stop talking. That the energy is kind of lingering around here for you as well. The Page of Wands, in terms of like, you know, what's new or what the universe has in store for you, whether you like it or not. When it comes to your love life, your love situation, or your love partners, or your specific person, the Page of Wands in reverse, somebody I feel like is not like focused. Okay, so it's a very unreliable energy. So I feel like this energy here, your cups person, that energy wants to, you know, renew something here, but there's just too many things that they're not looking at to self-correct. And I feel like I also felt this way when it comes to emotional, like there was like a self-indignation. So I feel like with the Page of Wands, it's this person that's going to kind of, the freedom that they want is causing the relationship to fail. All right, so this is still inbound. This is something, but this is what the new connection is going to be about. This is somebody, if they're going to want to have that new connection or rekindle something, if they come to their senses, if you're just kind of saying, wait one more second, I feel like this person, they're not going to be as reliable. Okay, I mean, it is a Leo energy as well, so, and Leo Cancer, so we've got, well, water sign, so we've got some emotional things here, but also kind of like a little bit of reluctance that's going to be taking place. Okay, I feel like, you know, the path forward to explore is unknown because this person is very unpredictable. All right, so let's see what else is here. What spiritual message is here for my beautiful Leo? Message of guidance, something to focus on, pay attention to. All right, remember, work on. Oh, practice patience. Man, I fix the lighting every time, and then it just, the lighting behind me changes. Okay, so practice patience, Leo. It says press the pause button, take a day off from being frustrated with yourself or others. Patience reaps great rewards. All right, Leo, love you all so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, let's see who's next. Oh, Gemini. Welcome, Gemini. I hope you're doing well. Thank you again for joining me. Let's go ahead and take these out of the way and put them back in here. All right, shuffle good. And we're going to check in here with you, Gemini, see what's going on for you. December 2025. All right. What messages are here for you? What things to be aware of? What to expect? What might you expect, I guess, if I was trying to speak clearly. Oh, nice. So positive gains here financially. Okay, so something that you're working hard on or working towards is going to come through here. Very, very good. There's something that you've been really trying to work hard on, but there's been a lot of chaos, drama, resistance, storms, fights, calamities, and everything else. And it's just, I feel like the bridge is kind of burnt right now. Or the bridge is broken, okay, obviously, but it basically like the repair, whatever it is that you're working on or want to fix or heal or repair or adjust with somebody or a situation. Now this is your life card reading or check-in. It's just, it might not be as successful as you had hoped, okay, so, and that's fine, but there's something, you know, this financial gain, this boost, this thing, it's all based on you. It's you, your hard work, your earnings, it's something that's like to you. It's not taken from someone for you. It's like yours. All right. So it's cobweb. Okay. Something here is looking out for you. Somebody, you know, in any form and however your belief system is. There's something here that's looking out for you. I also feel like energy, like you're being protected from negative energies, not just like from your higher self or from your angels, but also like somebody here is looking out for you, like in real life, like, you know, and I feel like there's some things that you just can't control. Like there's some things that are not your problem. And this could be anything. You could have like a windfall, money coming in, problems, unresolved. You know, you're a kind-hearted person. You assume and see the best in people, but some people are just, so somebody here, there's like a shell of protection taking place. You know, it's not so much that you're unaware, it's just that maybe, you know, it's the blessing that comes with the gift of the universe. Okay, so I feel like that's good. I feel like in December you're going to be looked after even more. Okay, whatever's happening, the unsuccessful outcome, I feel like that was a temporary situation. I feel like there was a lot of things that we'll learn from it. And then we have a weeping willow. So family sorrow. You know, honestly, I'm so sorry to say this, and don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to sound, you know, like negative, but family sorrow could come in many forms and grief. If somebody is, you know, honestly, when I saw the dolphin, and I was saying earlier something is owed like to you, it's yours. I was thinking like, you know, like a trust of some sort will come to something like that. Somebody put something away for you and it's now here. And normally it can come from somebody passing or something like that, but I feel like the weeping willow here is just like the family sorrow. There could just be things in the family that need to also be worked out in life, like, you know, building a bridge, getting over it. I was also feeling siblings, maybe family, or, you know, siblings or parents and child not talking, something like that. So, you know, it may, the outcomes may be unsuccessful, things may not repair, but it's just, that's what it is. It could be that sort of sorrow also lingering around the holidays. Others of you could just be away from home, you're missing family, you're missing your loved ones, and, you know, your families could be kind of in a place where things are not as good as they would like or hope. So there's something like that. But I feel like ultimately, you know, you're protected from negative forces beyond your control. So this is more of a learning passage, your life path passage, kind of like an experience, versus something that is like atrocious. You know, I don't try to hang on to anything negative or dark. I really just try not to. So okay, let's see here what's going on with you and love, my beautiful Gemini. All right. Okay, so we have, okay, the Seven of Pentacles here. All right, the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, well, I like it. Okay, I like it. And then your energy for this reading, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse, water sign energy. I feel like right now you're kind of stuck in some sort of a triangle. Maybe you have, somebody's energy that's you're working on letting go, having a hard time letting go, or they're unable to let you go, but you had to let them go, kind of a thing, is clinging on to your energy. But I also feel like there could be something surrounding your life where you are interested in somebody else, yourself, and you could be kind of in a triangular, as they say, um, conundrum. Okay, well, honestly, I feel like for a lot of you, um, there's something here that's making you feel like isolated. Like even if there's a love triangle and it wasn't like you, as you, the person and somebody else, you were, you kind of got pulled into it anyway. So in the reverse, I do feel like there's something here that, there's been like things that you've been thankful for and grateful for. Things could have, they could have ended on a friendship level. Maybe right now they're not, like things just kind of went like silent. But I feel like we're dealing with an energy that maybe, took things too far in terms of, I don't know whether cheating or lying or just kind of they are too much into making other people happier, not focusing on what's like at home, or, something where the attention was just kind of being given to somebody else. So that it could even just be as much as that. But that's the energy that you're coming in with what's like you're unpacking, with what's like kind of maybe you're letting go of or working through right now. The Seven of Pentacles here, in terms of the person that's most interested in you or thinking about you the most right now, or most romantically wanting, desiring, or connected to you, or wants to, this is somebody that knows that there's a lot of work to be done, but they haven't done a lot of the work that's necessary to kind of convince you that, they want something serious or stable or meaningful. Okay, I feel like this card's not a bad card. It's a Taurus energy, but it's just a card of a delay. Okay, do I want to? Should I postpone? I can just drag it out a little bit. I don't know, something like that. Now, it's not because, anything other than maybe they're just like used to not necessarily having to put in, maybe things like relationships kind of, have never been like the people that they've been with maybe always did things because that's who they were and did more than this person ever had to. And in this situation, I feel like they're also maybe reflecting on the amount of work you may have put into the relationship compared to what they have, to be honest with you, because it doesn't look like they've worked hard. It really doesn't. So what they're looking at is the growth of somebody else's hard work or effort into the relationship. All right, so this energy here is the one that's thinking about you. In terms of like what they're wanting or desiring, I think like this is somebody that wants to make this connection work. But again, you could be the first here where it's not like you're doing equality and all that, but you could be the first where, you're just not falling for some of the BS that other people have fallen for in the past, whatever that may be. All right, so it's like, put up, show up. The High Priestess in the center, we have an energy overall, again, water energy is showing up, Cancer. We have an energy, I feel like, that just, they have a lot that they can do. I feel like this person, if they applied themselves, the potential or anything like that into the relationship, into like not being silly or goofy or kind of like just multi-relational person, there's just like a lot of things that they're unaware of. Like I feel like there's still like capacity for them to improve their outlook on how they want, because they're not like bad people, they're just not necessarily patient in love. Okay, however, I do feel like your patience in love is strong, so for them that's something that they're looking at. I feel like the person that really wants to come back to your life or is really working at fixing something with you relies on your traits. Like they actually really are attracted to that, like your values, the way you present yourself. But I feel like there's a lot of things that but you're not also revealing in that sense. So it kind of gives you the strength and the upper hand to maintain control. Now things are very frustrating. You don't want to like sit down and be wasting your time either with somebody, but that person is like, well, they're gonna want to trust their intuition. Okay, something inside of them, I feel like is like picking up, like, hey, I can't. It's not like they don't want to let you go or like they need to like fix everything right away, but they're realizing that the time or the energy that you've invested, it's dawning on them. And I almost want to say, if they're trying to date or see or talk to other people right now, or return to anybody else from their past, they're not matching you. They're not matching you. Okay, they're just not. So, incidentally, the Five of Cups, Pentacles in reverse is wanting to come back out of the cold, from the cold. Okay, wanting to be let back in. I am going to do everything I can to improve. I want to pick up the pieces, okay? So the universe is going to perhaps bring this opportunity back alive with you, or online with you too. Or the universe is going to be saying, hey, you know, let's see if there's going to be a new connection based on this person's lessons, or realizations, and how it's going to improve the relationship. I don't feel like you're completely letting go of them either, but your love triangle or third party situation here, it's brought about like problems like at an immature level for you, gossiping and all this other stuff. So people could have been gossiping about them doing something with somebody else. So you just kind of were a better person and took like the higher road. Again, you know, you show up here, you know, you've got a lot of other things going on, so you weren't going to play, okay? And your absence is kind of missed by this person, Gemini. All right, so let's see what spiritual guidance message is here for Gemini. What message does Gemini need to know, hear, see, understand, focus on? All right, pay attention to, or remember, recall, and work towards. All right, so honor your inner child. All right, it says here, focus on your inner child's needs. Is your inner child afraid or in need of more playtime? Cherish this precious being within you. All right, yeah, so I feel like, again, you've got stuff going on. You're going to be busy. December is going to be active for you, both with your family life, work life, and also with the relationship here, taking some sort of direction, and just kind of maybe, you know, reworking through some issues here and giving it a go. All right, well, Gemini, thank you so much for your time. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, let's see. Who do we have next? Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you stopping by. Excuse me. So let's check in here and see what life messages are showing up for you for December 2025. Life messages for Scorpio 2025. 2025. Not just once, but like a million times. My phone just went off. Okay. All right, let's see what's here for you. So we have a throne. All right. We have mice. Handshake. We also have wind chimes. And a bag. Okay. So here, you know, honestly, things look like they're looking good for you in December. There could be some things here where some things need to be hashed out with family members, friends, just something where clarity and just not acting like dirty might be important. Like, you know, kind of cut through it and just kind of be honest, or whatever the deal is, just kind of like, somebody doesn't need to go the low way, they can go the highway, right? But here we're dealing also with something, I feel like this is you know, you're owning your own self, you're in a position of authority over yourself. There's a chair here also waiting to be thrown, I feel like, or to be kind of occupied. So there could be something that comes up through the job or situation or an offer that's going to allow you to get a raise or shift in some sort of way. But something important is coming through for you in that sense. So there could be some sort of like an arrangement. Somebody is going to make you an offer, talk to them, and then, you know, you might think, oh gosh, nothing's going to come out of this. Okay, whatever, but I'll still like send them a text or something if you feel safe doing so. You don't have to. Just saying, like, as an example. But something positive might come out of it for you here, and in December you'll be able to see like the full picture, be able to like weigh your pros and cons. All right, you know, I feel like the peace and harmony is what you're seeking, it's what you're after. I did notice this showed up in the reverse, not that it matters because it's like circular and I don't do reversals with these, but you know, things may not feel like as great or as peaceful or as harmonious right now, but entering through December, we're going to declutter some things. You're going to maybe just kind of be able to speak up. You could be just kind of sitting in your throne chair has always been there, but you decided to like not be that way. You want to just be equals with the people that you're dealing with or interacting with, but ultimately you have the authority and the say in what direction you want to go. So you know, whenever something with the word stranger shows up or something like cautionary, I just always want to say, do not actually talk to like strangers. This is more like something can come out of like a conversation wherever you work, or if you're interacting with people and somebody can be like, oh, check something out. I'm not saying go run and do that. You know, you need to kind of do your due diligence here. Internet, you know, you got to make sure things are legit. Nothing's a scam. Nothing, you don't want, you know, nobody's trying to like, you know, send you somewhere where you're not supposed to be going. No, but in all seriousness here, you're going to be feeling very peaceful, in harmony with yourself, with the universe in December. Things are chill. Things are pretty mighty chill in your life. So let's check in with your love situation, your love life, present person, past person, new person, returning person, whatever person. And also we'll see what the universe has up its tricks it has up its sleeve, what card it dishes out for you, whether it's going to feel challenging, confusing, or just something like gives you confirmation to, you know, to kind of move in a certain direction that you may have been kind of thinking about or something like that, you know. But it is what it is. So let's check in. I'll also see where your energy is with your love life, with reading the bottom of the deck for you. This just showed up for Gemini. But it wasn't upright, I think. Was it Gemini? I think so. Alright, so we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Swords is also in the reverse. And also the Magician in the reverse. Alright, it's a little bit chaotic life. And we also have the Libra card here. Justice card is in the reverse. Very interesting. Cool. All right, so I feel like your energy with this, you could be dealing with a Libra, you could have Libra in your charts, but I feel like really more your partner could be a Libra. Something feels a little secretive, something feels a little off balance. This is an energy here where, you know, it kind of does reduce to the 2, which is the High Priestess. So we can't kind of like, you know, pretend like the mystery or the kind of the withholding information, not revealing things is not existent. It could be existent, but it could be like not fair, not balanced. Something is just going to be revealing itself, but it's not going to be revealing itself in a way where it's going to reveal itself in a karmic way. Okay, so somebody here, I feel like you might be dealing with an energy where see, we have the throne here. We also have like the look of the king. Something is going to come through. Something is not making sense. Okay, something could be coming through for you as dissatisfying with this energy. All right, where somebody's going to be caught on a lie. Okay, this in the reverse. It's not necessarily the best forward face here. So there could be signs of unfair treatment also lingering here. So you're bringing this energy in. This is how you're feeling. These are things that are going on. But think that something is just out of balance. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're not following your intuition. And it's something that I feel like you're going to be realizing, or you could be kind of more focused on, or kind of bringing to the top. Like, okay, well, why is this nagging me or something like that? But it feels like somebody's just not, they're not being their true self. Okay, so that's the energy that we're dealing with, or you're dealing with, or you're thinking about, or is thinking about you, and working with you, or dealing with you. The Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, we're looking at a Virgo or Taurus energy. It just feels like the person that has the closest romantic interest in you, or that you're connected to right now energetically or in person, not a whole lot of effort is being put into things. Okay, so things are done, like the relationship is thriving, or this person, but this person, I feel like their energy looks at the work that they have to do versus the work that's been done. And it feels like sometimes they hesitate if they want to put time into things, or energy, if you will. So it just feels like there's some frustration, like due to lack of like long-term vision. Like it's just like somebody's just not seeing something growing, or there's a lot of work that needs to be done to grow things and harvest. And so there's like, again, there's this whole like, you know, kind of unfair treatment. It just feels like something, it's like you're gonna reclaim your throne in life, but something is off balance. But it's something that you're gonna be like, it's going to be gifted to you to see the whole picture. Okay, so I mean, and this is like some stuff that's gonna like linger around in December, so it's not meant to be like it's gonna happen, but it just feels like something will be kind of something will get stirred. Okay, so something will shuffle for some reason. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so with the Queen of Swords in reverse, we're again dealing with a Libra energy, you guys. So, I mean, again, Scorpio, here we're looking at things from, you know, decisive angle, but we're not seeing things objectively. And I feel like somebody here is acting very bitter, very rude. There's an energy here, there's a female energy that could also be causing problems, lying, or there could be some sort of cheating or third party interest. Something's going on, but again, you know, it's like they want to like guard themselves with the sword and say, hey, you know, this, like, I'm going to defend myself, this is, but it's like some sort of gaslighting. Okay, and I'm very sorry to say it, but it just feels like it's very destructive. And it doesn't have to be that they are female, it just has to be that the energy and the behavior, it's connected to a female energy. Okay, it could be a male energy, could be an energy that you just identify with, in general. And again, this here is about love reading. Okay, so if somebody wants to bring like family and friends, I'm not doing that with this. This is more about like a connection going on. The universe is gifting the Magician in the reverse, whether it's throwing it as a challenge or as a wake-up call or as a positive note, we shall see here. Now we're dealing with a lot of things that feel like they're going to take forever to grow or evolve. We're also dealing with like a little bit of defensiveness here. Okay, and I also feel like there's a resistance to change. So there's an energy that resists to change, and I feel like everybody it's and that's the karmic avoidance. And also when somebody's not changing, they're not fixing or healing their karma, they're avoiding that karma. The karma is going to linger until, I mean, it's just the universe has forever until the stuff gets done, you know, and it's written, so it's what it is. So there's like just kind of like a internal, like a stall taking place. The Magician in the reverse, I feel like in terms of a gift, so I feel like the highlight here is something is seeming very untrustworthy for you, or somebody could use their, you know, tools to kind of like manipulate to get what they want, to kind of say, no, this is not happening, there isn't another person here, what are you talking about, look at all the problems that we have. And then here it's more like, yeah, you shouldn't be magic, you shouldn't be looking at this, you should look here, this is not it. So it's just, I feel like somebody here is just kind of, the message from the universe, I feel like, is to kind of be wary of the trickiness that comes with the magic. Okay, the Magician. So, but I feel like the relationship itself, or this energy, or this situation, whether it's active or not, a lot of it though is very kind of conniving for some reason, for no reason. Like, it's not necessary, but it is for some reason, you know what I mean? So let's see here, Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio, spiritual message for Scorpio, message of guidance, healing, understanding, awareness, okay, mindfulness. All right, so I'll take this one. Let's see here. So be lighthearted, okay, and it says set your intention to be easygoing and playful today. Gift yourself with some carefree time and to have fun. So yeah, take care of yourself, and everything in life is a lesson, okay? So I love you guys. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Right, let's see who is next. Oh, Capricorn. What's up, Capricorn? How are you doing? Hoping all is well with you. Thank you for joining me and for spending your time with me today. Let's go ahead and see what life messages are popping up for you for the month of December 2025. We're looking into December 2025 for Capricorn. All right. Older woman. Okay. Dealings or relationships with an older woman is showing up. Okay. Got a beetle. Good fortunes coming your way. Whoop, whoop. All the blessings amplified to you, Capricorn. All right. Muddled, unclear thinking. Don't let your thoughts clutter your mind, but you could be also trying to wade through something, understand something. It could be like a life passage that you're going through, some sort, you know, something is unclear. There could be some blockages, nothing that you cannot handle yourself. Yes, of course. Yes, princess. No. Yes. Yes, your majesty. Where do we go? Come on. Come on. Oh God, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So, there could be some unclear thinking taking place here, Capricorn, with you in December. Could be for a lot of reasons. You could be looking for some clarity, understanding, trying to kind of get through, but there's climbing towards success is coming through. So it seems to me that you're going to be kind of interested in turning inward in December, going into introspective mode, maybe planning a pathway forward. Maybe your 2026 goals here are going to be popping through. You want to, or you will be climbing towards success here in December. Success in achieving your goals, attaining anything that you've put your mind to, anything you've materialized or sown, or it will materialize. I should say anything that you've manifested will materialize. All right. We also have a wishbone. Your wish is going to be granted. Ooh, that's so cool. I'm so excited for you, Capricorn. December is going to be awesome. Looks good. Okay, I'm interested about figuring out what this whole like old woman situation here could be. You know, you could be talking to somebody that's going to be giving you in wisdom, guidance, offer you something, bring something your way, help you climb that ladder of success. It doesn't feel like it's a negative energy. It just feels like it's a very old and wise energy that's going to be having your best interest at heart, which I think that's great. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull some love cards here, see what the love energy messages are for Capricorn. Capricorn, the cards I'll pull are about your energy or the person's energies that are attached to you or are interested in you or are new and coming your way. And we'll see what the universe wants to throw for you. For a challenge card, we also have you showing up here with your energy in love and what comes with love. Okay, so your energy is pushing through. There could be somebody here in your mind, on your mind, that you want to offer your love to. You could be in a place where your relationship with a certain energy is one that has been one of the best. So you want it to grow into more than a friendship. Somebody here you might be sensing, somebody might have such feelings towards you and they may be coming towards you with such an offer. Ultimately, this is a card about connections, but also really kind of tuning into the intuition side of things with the water signs. All right. I feel like a lot of it has to do with just something that you've been, again, manifesting to materialize. And I feel like an offer in that sense is going to come through. Some of you, you're like, okay, well, this is a love reading, sure, but what about a family member returning? I'm doing like love relationships here. But if you feel like it aligns more to like a family connection or a reconnection or some sort of a reunion, because I feel like I'm also seeing like the older woman, something here is in the life is going to cross the love and it's going to like spark a change or spark like a it's going to like reset things. It's going to make things better. It's going to lighten things up. Okay. So the energy that's attached to you the most, whether they're in your life right now or not, when it comes to romance and love, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. The Knight of Swords is a Aquarius energy, but also Capricorn elements. I feel like this is an energy that really has been very fickle. I feel like this energy, you know, they don't have any regard to consequences. They didn't necessarily, you know, here we're looking at all this. It feels like they are very flighty, very dodgy, very hot-tempered. They don't like to get called out. Okay, so it feels like they're just kind of like they pretend like it's like the fake knight shining armor kind of a thing. That energy is really somebody that really puts you through it. And I feel like that's the person that really is strongly romantically still interested in you. I'm not sure if they're going to be interested in reaching out because this is a card of communication, or if they will, you know, like come towards you. I don't know, like if you have it to where like, you know, you show up at the same social hangouts or something like that. But in any direction, this is an energy that, you know, when confronted, when you confronted the truth about them, looked in the mirror and said, who is this person? This person came as somebody that's very like directionless, okay, very kind of impulsive, reckless, brought a lot of problems along the way for some of you, but that energy is attached to you for some reason, okay? So just because you're feeling like this about love, this doesn't have to do with that. This is how I'm reading you. This is how I'm reading your aura in the sense of like what's around you. Now this is the cards that we're like digging in, okay? So the person here that's closest to you, what's coming or who's leaving or who wants what, or if it's the same person. We have the Six of Cups. All right, so the Six of Cups here is a very strong kind of um, growth card. Okay, this is a card that can sometimes indicate that there's been dishonesty, there's been activities outside the house that, you know, can't be trusted or have become shady or questionable. I feel like the person that's surrounding you energetically or is interested, or even if they want to come back, which is, this is really a comeback card, they would like to kind of offer something of peace. I feel like they have like a lot of good memories with you. And when they do reflect on the good times, it's a lot of fun, good time memories. It wasn't like it's something that they were not tuned into, so they were not able to appreciate it, but they appreciate it now in your absence. I don't feel like I'm talking about somebody specifically in your life right at this moment, okay? This is somebody that's pulling in from the past a lot versus the present, but because there's two kind of cards that kind of speak of communication, not sure if this is somebody that reflects sometimes, reads past text messages, wishes that they could reach out or something like that. Not that there's a blockage, but it's more like, you know, there were good times, okay? There were some good times. There were some delays. Stability was a problem, but, you know, there was also like, they're still holding out like feelings. Emotions are here towards you from this person, okay? But I feel like the universe is kind of saying, hey, wait a minute, let's just kind of keep things in perspective. The Three of Swords was super strong, super harsh, super painful. We all felt it, you know. So remember here, you know, the there was like, energetically speaking, there was like interference, okay? Whether it's frequency, whether it's actual people, whether it was actual distractions, something here was not set up for success, okay? It does feel like there could have been something that signifies not the ending, but there was something that was so disruptive that after things became clear and after the you know, like the clouds kind of passed off, you know, it just feels like it's time to recover. So I feel like the universe, honestly, because it is in the reverse, it's acknowledging the pain and everything that you went through, but it's telling you, hey, in December, or at least here coming through soon, recovery is around the corner in that sense, okay? So there's going to be like, it's time to be optimistic, and also to focus on healing your heart. I don't feel like the universe is throwing a challenge card here. It's more of a acknowledgement that, hey, you know, maybe it's time that you put yourself in a place where you don't ever think of the energies that did you wrong, okay? And even if somebody was to reach out, this could be serving as a reminder of caution to kind of reflect on where things ended. So you might want to forgive and forget, but you don't jump back in, okay? So it feels like it's more of a caution as well. All right, so let's see here. What's the spiritual guided message for Capricorn? Something for Capricorn to know, to pay attention to focus on, to accept, to understand, to embrace. All right, whatever it is, what's this message for Capricorn? We have, ooh, set clear boundaries. Okay, yeah, this person doesn't like boundaries. You're dealing with somebody that doesn't like boundaries. Set clear, set clear boundaries. Empower yourself by setting limits, such as saying no to a request or socializing less. This kind of self-care creates more respectful and healthy relationships. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, people like hanging around Capricorns, but Capricorns sometimes really do like their peace and quiet. So thank you, Capricorn, for spending your time with me, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. All right, let's see who is next. We have Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. So welcome. Thank you for stopping by and joining me for your December 2025 reading. Okay, so let's see what messages are here for you, Aquarius, for December 2025. All right. Ooh, you're taking some risks here. You're going to be taking some chances. You're going to take a chance. And I think that's because you're like, you know, approaching something with a passion here. It's nothing that I'm not sensing anything catastrophic. I'm just getting like, you're going to go for it. You're going to take a step in a direction that is going to be nail biting. Okay. So this feels a little exciting, but let's see what else wants to show up here. See successful outcome to your problems. Okay, so there's a key here. There's opportunities coming through, and you know, you're gonna have a lighthearted and carefree time. December is gonna be a good time for you, very relaxing. some people have, you know, got your back here. You got some good people in your life, so, or somebody that's around you that cares. They're gonna come through with some advice, give you some insights. Okay, you may be in a place where you didn't expect this person as a friend to be that kind of person, took like the friendship to a newer level. Okay, but you know, danger and money matters. So the first thing, yeah, I was thinking was, oh gosh, no financial risks. But since it's showing up here, we have some financial matters to be looking out for. Just, you know, everybody here is their own person. So, if, you know, just make wise decisions, be cautious, be mindful, be aware. Okay, so, but you're gonna have good advice here from a good friend. So there's quite a bit of like connections taking place here in December that are gonna put you in on a better path. You know, things will clear up. It's gonna be chill. It's gonna be a good time. All right. I do feel like here the key is very awesome because you'll take a chance. It'll be successful, but avoid financial encounters. Okay, that would be the call here. Okay, so let's see what's going on with you, Aquarius, for December in love. All right, what energies are attached to Aquarius? What energies are coming or leaving? What the universe wants Aquarius to know? Any challenges that are going to be thrown out? Coming in, what's up? And then we'll see how you're feeling in terms of love in general. Okay, so this is about the energies around you. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the wow. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles. We also have the Ten of Wands in reverse. You're coming through as the Empress in reverse. I think this showed up a couple of readings ago. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Oh, I don't want to... Who was it? Maybe Gemini or Leo. Oh, anyways, if you want to tap back and check those through the timestamp, I don't know, there could be something there for you. But in terms of love, you know, you've wasted enough time and resources right now. You don't want to be wasteful. You're preserving your energy for something meaningful or for the right things. You are a giver. You are naturally abundant. You are a very attractive person when it comes to having your affairs in order. You're very disciplined and structured. But you know, your energy right now, you're kind of like closed off emotionally. Maybe you're holding back some feelings about how you're feeling about a certain connection, keeping a certain connection alive, and it could be holding you back, making you feel like a little down. Okay, but you know, ultimately I feel like, you know, if you don't know this to trust your intuition. Okay, if there's doubts, trust your intuition, not what somebody else is telling you or trying to convince you. So I feel like that's a good thing to kind of think on. All right, in terms of like the person that's most drawn to you romantically right now, whether they are active or not, we have the Eight of Swords. I feel like this is somebody that comes through as you know, Gemini energy, by the way. So I don't know if you're dealing with Gemini, but somebody that, you know, has not been fair, has brought a lot of challenges into a relationship, into the experience here, almost like a gaslighter, doesn't want you to pay attention to certain things. I don't know why they're coming across that way, but this person also feels like, you know, they've like, the gaslighting is there, but they've also left you with your hands tied. Like, you actually were drained by them. Like, you know, they were not givers, they were takers, and to some degree. But you know, I feel like this energy is like more of a mental imprisonment kind of an energy, maybe very kind of strict, old-fashioned, very critical, hypercritical, hard to please. Nothing is good enough, but also they're like, they think that, but they're not looking at themselves. So it's kind of like the irony is there too. I feel like right now this person has a lot of issues going on, but I also feel like, you know, this card in general brings about action. I feel like when it comes to this person and acting, they're in a negative place, okay? And so you don't want to be brought down by them, and hence why you're feeling like that. So you'd rather have things be stagnant. It's like they're blind to what they've done, or they're choosing to be blind to how they are or how they treat. And so it's kind of like, they don't, because that's who they are, so they don't see it. It's just like, what do you mean? Just, I don't see that. It's how they've been. But you also have a situation here where with the Eight of Pentacles, and I like this, energetically speaking, again, another card of action. This time, I feel like there's direction where, you know, there might not be a chance to work something out, but somebody might come to you pledging, this energy may come to you pledging that they're willing to work on some things to help and improve themselves or improve their relationship. And I feel like they're trying to find a way to kind of get back into your graces here. Or even if like the relationship is like active, but like kind of like cold. This is an energy that's trying to say, well, I'll work on some things, okay? Now, I feel like for a lot of you, they're going to keep talking about that one thing that they've done and worked hard on, and it's like, isn't that good enough? And you're kind of like, well, no, because we need to grow, and if the relationship can't grow, we can't take action towards growing. I'm okay walking away. All right. And I also feel here with this Virgo energy, you know, sometimes, you know, this person, it's just, I feel like they're a little out of their depth because, I mean, look at you. You're thinking about love, and your energy with the love concept is at the Empress level. And this person, ooh, and this person here, you know, just kind of pulling through, pulling in what they can, still trying to figure things out. You're not looking for them to compare to you, but their efforts are not, they're not, I don't want to sound mean, it's better, they're inexperienced, okay? And so I feel like you notice that, and it's kind of like a little bit like too much of a bummer. I feel like you like them, you care about them, but you know, you're not going to be blinded to their, you know, style or approach. I feel like for a lot of you, you know, the problems here, it's not just like lying or like backstabbing, it's very limiting, isolationist, okay? So the universe here is presenting you with the 10 of Wands in reverse, and this is a Sagittarius energy, but I feel like the message here, give yourself a break, okay? Walk away from things that are no longer serving you, and let go, because the resentment that you are holding on to or whatever is coming from how resentful their energy is. It's like you're harboring a bucket or like a space of like their energy still connected to you somehow, because they're not like and letting you go. It's a let it go, try to work on it, and you do not contribute to it. This is who they are. Like I said, they come like, it's a very restrictive mindset, very I don't know how to explain it, very kind of rigid. All right. But I feel like also with the 10 of Wands in the reverse, you know, you're very hardworking. You're doing a lot of things here, you know, caution to yourself. You're very, you know, again, resourceful, abundant in the general sense. It may not be so with work or with love, but with this relationship here, it's, you just got to let it go. Okay. Because this person is always going to play victim. They're always going to be like, there's something here with them that's just not right. And they're also inexperienced. So no matter how much you want it to be great at this phase, during this time, during the month of December, they're going to try, they're going to maybe present themselves, they can try to prove something, but it's a lot of work, and I would be shocked if they see it through. All right, let's see here. Spiritual message for Aquarius, message of guidance for the way ahead. All right. Well, I guess this is more of a guidance, okay? So it says here to stop the sensory overload, all right? If too much is coming at you too fast, decrease your stimulation level. Take a break from people, dim the lights, and savor quietude. All right, well, appreciate you, Aquarius. This is all I have for you for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, let's see who is next. Oops. We have Cancer. Welcome, Cancer. Thank you for stopping by and joining me for your December 2025 reading. Let's see what life messages are here for you, Cancer. December 2025 messages. Life messages for Cancer. All right. So we have Lion. Okay, time to act on something. Okay, December 2025 is saying time to act. All right. Let's see. We also have Bull. Plenty of material things. Okay. Abundant. I'm seeing it. Happy, good, fulfilling. Material things though. Holidays, Christmas gifts and stuff like that. Sure. Could also be like a splurge, a shopping spree of some sort. Or you could just be really taking stock. Time to act. You realize you have a lot of things you don't need. You could be giving them to good people, good homes. Okay. Something like that might be coming through. Dagger. All right. You have something that's eating at your thoughts right now, worrying you a little bit. Could be some cloudy storms passing through for you here in December, things that you need to kind of put some closure to. If there's tense situations with a family or holidays or just life in general, work, or things that are on your mind in general for your own self-enrichment and growth. You know, I feel like it's important to acknowledge the situation. Some of you may have to get rid of things so you can make financial ends meet. Not sure what's going on, but you know, you're brave, you're courageous. It'll happen. You're going to take care of it. Okay, we have the month of November here, so this could have something been resolved. I mean, I am still in November right now. Today's like November something, but December, this is for like a December reading. So I think like something from the month of December will carry on, or November will carry on into December for you that requires acting. So something that in maybe the month of November you did not act on or take care of or handle, hey, you're going to need to handle. It could be because you were worried, have some concerns. So there's a tense situation. Could be something that's, you know, requiring like, you know, just money or like closure of some sort. Well, time to act on it, okay? And we have birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. You're going in the right direction. You just need to act on something, close something out, finalize something. Could be anything. Could be anything. Any kind of contract, anything that you're trying to like sort out. Could be a divorce. Could be, I don't know, a certificate of something that needs to be had. All right, so just act on it. It's been calling you since November. You're staring at it. It's staring at you. It's time to have the dance. All right, let's see what's going on with you here in love, past, present, or new connections, or anything we need to know about what's holding the love lines down. Okay, let's see what's going on here for Cancer and love for December 2025. Okay, let's see who's around you. What energy is thinking about you the most is the Queen of Wands. What energy wants to connect, might want to reach out, might come back, or might leave, or might change things up. We have the Wheel of Fortune. What the universe is saying to pay attention to or surprise you with as a challenge. We have the 10 of Cups, and your energy for love is the Temperance. So before we get into anybody else, let's see here. You are showing up as the Temperance energy. Sagittarius fire card. You know, I feel like you have just, I feel like you bring about a sense of maturity, in general to the way you think about things. You have like standards or values that you don't, it's not like you don't compromise, but it's like some things are just kind of like, you know, you have like your own boundaries. But with the Temperance right now, your love situation, your love matter, there could be some clashing. There could be some, again, dissolving some stuff, signing some things, selling some things, getting rid of some things. But there's just something happened, or you feel like something moved too quickly or ended too quickly or something like that. Something was not able to be resolved. All right. And it feels like there was no equal give and take. The balance wasn't there. The reciprocity wasn't there. Emotions were kind of, you know, dodgy, questionable. There's everything that's there. Life is there. Everything is good, but it's just something just wasn't balanced. Okay. And I feel like, you know, some of you in terms of love or this connection or this situation that could be holding you back. You know, you could have been in a place where you're no longer willing to listen. Okay, you're done arguing. All right, so it feels like your presence right now is showing I'm done. I don't want to argue. I need to just kind of be where it needs to be, handle things the way they need to be handled. That's how your vibe is checking in. Okay, now the person that's really connected to you the most or thinking about you the most right now, their energy is presented with the Queen of Wands. All right, fire card. There could have been some questionable behavior here when it comes to passion. The relationship may not have been as fire as it could have been. Somebody was not necessarily fully disclosing if somebody else was in the background, like there could have been a third party or like a connection that has not ended, or something was happening like quietly. Could have been like some sort of an affair, or like a secret thing, you know, not a normal or everyday thing. It doesn't have to be like an ex thing, but there was somebody in the picture that was playing a role. And I feel like this energy that's coming through that's really connected to you, I feel like they want to be very expressive. Okay, they want to feel like, I feel like they want you to be emotionally okay. I feel like they feel like they feel the pain that they kind of put you through. They're showing up as a queen, so they're coming through with some strength and awareness. They're not like in a negative, evil place, but they're very prideful. This is an energy that gets a lot of attention or is at the center of attention of things, and it's like it was exhausting. Okay, it's like you know, you put way too much in this person because of maybe their like their day-to-day, you know, they come across as a little bit more like overpowering. They try to kind of flex a little feistiness here. But ultimately, I do feel like, you know, this is somebody that mistook your kindness for weakness, really. And that's kind of like literally why your temperance is showing up in the reverse. You're like, I'm not having this. You're lacking perspective. Perspective was lacking in the relationship. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, in terms of like presence entering your life soon, in any capacity, we have something that is restarting. Like, you know, luck is on your side, karma is on your side. We have a soulmate connection here that has not completely finished all of its lessons with you. That might be reaching out as well. Okay, because it signifies some sort of like change. Okay, so change is difficult. There was a separation or there was a detachment. It doesn't have to be a full separation, or there could be an actual separation. It doesn't have to be a divorce, but it could be like a real break. And so there's something here where I feel like, again, the Queen of Wands energy is coming across as attractive and everything. There was just a lot of envy for you, and this person, energies around you did not want you. They feel like this person could be with them or somebody else or whatever, for whatever reason. I don't know why they were even in your lives, but because their energy is so vibrant over here, they allow such things to happen. So it's kind of like, unfortunately, something kind of got hindered because of the outside noise. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, but though I do still feel like something here you know, is coming to the realization, and I feel like it still talks to this person, because I feel like in your core of cores, you feel like the breakup was for the better, or whatever separation, whatever break you're on right now is for the better. You do, it hurts, it doesn't, you don't care to go through the separation, but the person that left is finding out like how it is to not be without you, but how chaotic or how unnecessary some of the chaos was in your relationship. Okay. But I feel like it's a cycle, you know, a cycle of the karmic wheel. But things have worked in your favor. I feel like the positivity, the good luck, the fortune that's coming from a lot of life, and then also with love, is teaching you valuable lessons here, because I feel like the universe here is gifting you with the 10 of Cups. It's a good card to have, you know. Wholeness is here, full circle is showing up again, full connection is something is going to get completed, or it's just telling you, hey, you've completed a cycle of a connection with this person, or the cycle has ended. So if this energy is trying to return with some sort of a proposal or a refresh or an apology or just a reset, even though you're feeling, I'm not having any of it, I'm unwilling to listen right now, they may have your ear, because I feel like the universe is saying that situation, I don't think that person is going to kind of restart it, unless there's like if this person is like stuck or in kind of like some sort of like a loop that they can't break from, then that's different. But I feel like it brings a sense of completion here for you, to let you know, you know, you truly make them happy. They really want to reconcile. The universe is saying, hey, there's something here to be happy about. There's blessings. The relationship can flourish. All right. Now, does that mean that, you know, you can't have somebody else in the picture? I don't know. This could be somebody brand new, but the connection here, the Wheel of Fortune, the cycle, and everything attached to this energy here really wants to have this. They want to have like a life with you, okay, like family and everything, but they may not be ready. We have 2 10s, and at the highest level of the arcana and at the cups level. So emotional balance is going to be restored. Emotional well-being is going to be looked after. Things will restore themselves, because here you're like, oh my god, no, it's just too much. The recklessness, the feistiness, and everything else, but it's going to reconcile. It'll balance out. It'll reconstruct. It'll get fixed. Okay. So I don't want to say it'll heal. It'll get corrected. All right. So let's see what spiritual message is here for Cancer. Message of guidance. Something for Cancer to focus on. Whatever it is, the Cancer needs to hear right now. Okay. So I guess your message is to tap into your spiritual power. Reach out to a power greater than yourself to help solve a dilemma. See? Stay open to its guidance in your life. All right. Well, I love you all so, so much, Cancer. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. All right, let's see who we have next. Oh, Virgo. Virgo, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. If you're returning, thank you for spending your time with me. Let's check in here and see what December 2025 messages are here for my beautiful Virgo. All right, what's going on with Virgo in life for December 2025? What messages are here for Virgo? Okay, so Dragon. All right, beware of self-delusion. Don't fool yourself about something here. Be very mindful, aware, alert, pay attention, okay? You will be taken care of in a difficult time. Somebody here is going to be helping you. Somebody, if you feel like something is very restrictive, something's holding you back in life, in general, somebody will be available to help, okay? And I feel like this is not just like public support. I'm talking about like access to like somebody that can actually help you, that can come into your home, sort of a thing. All right. We also have Carrot, so there's an opportunity here coming through. So again, just be careful. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, for example, or wait till the contract is signed, or wait till you get what you want and then approve, something like that. But you will be handling things if you're running through a difficult time in the month of December 2025. There's going to be an opportunity here that's going to present itself and get things back on track for you. Just make sure somebody is not dangling a carrot that you're not going to be able to get, though. I also feel like I should put that out. Okay, so trust your intuition here. Psychic abilities. Something may come to you through a dream, through a flash, through like a synchronistic. Pay attention, and if it clicks on you, listen to your gut, what gut's telling you at that time. Be very aware of that. All right, so control your anger or you will be sorry. Don't let people get the best of you. Somebody might be trying to trigger you with the holidays. I mean, I know I keep saying this reading. Holidays and family and friends and time off and triggers and problems, just be careful. And also just don't allow somebody to don't put yourself in a difficult situation for somebody that could put you in a place as well. That's gonna the same person here. Control your anger on them, okay? So if there's a difficult time with the energy specifically, just manage your anger. Not that you're gonna get angry, but they may be trying to antagonize you is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's check in with your love, Virgo. Love for December 2025. Love for Virgo, December 2025. What's going on, Virgo, December 2025? Okay, so we have Pentacles, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. We also have the Six of Cups in the reverse, the Justice card, why Virgo, in the reverse, and the King of Wands in the reverse. Reversey, love. All right, well, to be honest with you, it just doesn't necessarily feel like it's bad because everything is in reverse. It just feels like things are not being paid attention to, or something could be attention starved, some area versus where just like a balance of things are not there. Your vibe specifically outside of these cards showing in terms of love, or where your love vibes are. King of Wands in the reverse, there's again something here is taking off with like temper, okay? Somebody here is pushing your buttons, and so you need to be careful not to pull too much power on them, not because of anything else, but I feel like it's they're pushing you, it's antagonizing, right? So when antagonizing, then it's kind of like they're poking you at your highest place, and then it's like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? So now I'm not talking physical violence or anything like that. I'm just saying don't let them mess with your own zen, your own vibe, okay? Because it's common. I feel like for a lot of you here, you're not really taking action towards anybody or anything right now. There could be people in your life, but you're not actively, taking a specific direction or action towards somebody. You just are unsure which way you want to go. You're not really, you're not like set, or, I mean, of course there's like a relationship vibe, but you're not like, your commitments are not all in one space or on one person right now because of the whole like I guess it feels like you could be around immature energies that make like your connections and the love relationship makes it very like strained for some reason. I feel like you've acted in good faith in the past, but you know, sometimes you go back and forth. Virgo, you guys are like, you go back and forth, you analyze a lot, so you can change your mind quite a bit too. So there's something, again, that's why you're like not like resident with one energy or resident in one mind. For love, you know, it's kind of like there's some stuff and you're aware of it, so why try to put yourself in a place where you're gonna get yourself stuck? You know, you're thinking about that for yourself, like to take care of yourself. And it's good self-preservation. Page of Pentacles, the energy, romantic energy, or the energy that wants to have romantic connection with you. We have a Page of Pentacles here. This energy is they don't have a plan forward, or this the relationship with this person does not necessarily have like a long-term plan forward. It just exists and it's present, and it just lacks like drive. Like, so it just feels like the effort is not being put. Commitment is lacking. Okay, commitment is lacking, but there could also be other things about this energy, not just because they're young or younger. It could just be like there's a lot of things that they are, you know, dealing with as well. And so they can only offer so much, or can only do so much. Okay, so this presence of this energy here, you know, they're you know, it's Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So you gotta think they overthink. They're disciplined, but they're also very quick to anger or very quick to ignite as an Aries. So all of that is kind of hinging upon things, but they have like emotional connection to you, and there's, but it's kind of like in the background, because it's more like it takes two, so it's not like overflowing, because they're also kind of like, well, I'm not going to put as much if Virgo's not going to put as much. I don't know. That energy showing up for you. We have the Six of Cups here in the reverse. This is a Scorpio card. You know, for a lot of you, somebody here that's wanted to move on, or had told you they wanted to move on, or said it's time to move on, that person wants to come back, okay? And they want to come back soon, and they're reaching, and they might reach, but they're not necessarily honest about a lot of things. This person does have a lot of baggage. You know, could be trauma, could be just like life stuff. But this is, you know, this is somebody that influences you, Virgo. Like they have, like you have a connection with them in general. You've built memories together. So it's not like, when I say influences, it doesn't mean control, but when things are good, you know, there's positive influences, but also there's negative influences between the two of you. Okay, now the universe is saying the justice is here for you in the reverse. Libra energy, a reminder for unaccountability or laziness, or not putting in, or meeting halfway. But I also feel like, you know, this relationship has struggled because there's been too many lies, or somebody keeps getting caught in lies, whether you're lying, Virgo, to them, they're lying to you, or it was based off of that, or it's built on that, or it became that. All right, so just things seem endless. The arguing is not there, but the universe is also saying this is a rebalancing of karma that's happening and needs to happen. And it almost feels like all the cards are in reverse, because until like actual action is taken to break the cycle of the karma, this is going to keep happening to kind of like wake up to it. Okay, because I mean, the universe it does its thing. It is what it is. I don't know how to explain it. I think it's got the universe has a very sick and amazing sense of humor, funny and sick. I would say diabolical in a good sense. All right, so let's see what spiritual messages are here. Guided message for my beautiful Virgo. Something for Virgo to focus on or pay attention to. Okay, we have, yes. Okay, see? Perfect. So we remember earlier we were talking about you're going to get help, or somebody's going to be there for you. All right, you're going to be taken care of. It says here, let yourself receive support. This is it. This is your confirmation. Be positive about yourself. Be positive about what's coming your way. Receive with an open hand. It is okay. The support is going to be there. The support is going to be there. You're going to be good. All right. It is often easier for empaths to give than to receive. Allow others to support you. Experience the pleasure of their caring energy. All right. Well, Virgo, thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. All right, let's see who we have next. Oh, Pisces. Welcome, Pisces. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you spending some of your time with me here. Let's see what's coming through for you. December 2025 reading for Pisces. December 2025 life messages. What's going on with you here? Okay, we got a man and we got a unicorn. Okay, so use your intuition and make beneficial changes. Okay, so something here could be presented to you. Yep, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Okay, so somebody here might have an active role to present themselves. They might be, this man might want to come through, help you, something. Just make sure you're using your intuition and make the right change, take the right step, the right measure. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So yeah, I feel like a helping hand. You're raising your hand and you're going to get direction. This is a life reading, so this could really apply to work or something that you're working on, school, project, anything that requires present attendance or just accountability or performance, something along those lines. But ultimately, you know, use your intuition here because you're not trying to set yourself up for success or for failure. You want to set yourself up for success. And I feel like the most difficult part of the situation is over. So whatever's been holding you back or making you feel like, you know, there's anxiety, again, it could be performance-based, project work, school, or it could just be something, you know, I mean, it could be a home. But, you know, you have to make the right changes as well. And I feel like you're coming through towards all that in December. Everything's going to line up for you correctly. You know, honestly, I feel like maybe like a man, like a male energy is going to be having a conversation with you. And through that conversation, there's going to be awareness, understanding, something's going to spark, and then you're going to take action. You're going to make the right changes. Things going to be, something's going to clean up. Something's going to clean itself up. It's going to become way better. Whatever's eating at your thoughts or your minds, if you went to somebody about it, they're going to help clarify the problem, fix the problem, or address it. Things will get better, but you're going to have to put some work and effort into this new phase. Okay, so whatever gets reset or addressed and handled is now going to be in the past, and then you're moving forward. You know, now it's like a new page, new chapter. Okay, so look forward to that. It's a new chapter on life coming through for you in December after clearing some things out. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on with you here in love. What energies are attached to you, coming your way, miss you, or walked away? What the universe has for you here. Could be anything. Could be a message. It could be a challenge. It could be anything. Let's see what the universe's humor is going to be like as well for you when it comes to relationships. I'll also check in with your own energy towards relationships, or if anybody else specific is here under your card. And your energy we have is the Three of Wands in the reverse. Okay, and then we have the Temperance for the energies around you. What's coming, going, or is hung up right now, standing still, and also what the universe wants you to know. All right, so the Three of Wands in the reverse, in terms of like maybe this is like your vibe, right? Like your vibe towards love or relationships. You know, some things very frustrating for you. Some things run out your patience. You're walking away. You're about ready to walk away. You're deciding to change something. You know, so you're going to be letting go of something. Something's just not materializing. Okay. And I feel like rather than stopping and waiting and seeing if something's going to happen, this thing that's holding you back in terms of the relationship, you're looking ahead past that. You are the one that's looking ahead. You are disappointed. There's been a lot of not a whole lot of action. So you've waited, for example, you've been patient, you've been understanding. Something has just left you very frustrated, left you very disappointed, wasted your time. Okay. Put some obstacles up unnecessarily. We have an energy of Aries as well that's showing up. The Temperance is the card that's really most attracted to you, most attached to you, maybe in their life right now, not in your life, but in the romantic sense on all levels. This energy is showing up as the Temperance. I feel like this is somebody that just lacks a lot of perspective. They may not necessarily be as harmonious with themselves as they want to be. They could be very controlling or abuse their power. This could be something at work, you guys. You could be dealing with relationships, somebody at work. You're going to have to make some changes up here. I don't know. Changes will happen. But if you just feel, I don't know, if it's not work, it could be anything, but in the environment that you go to every day. And they're very kind of problematic, okay? It's like they want the romance with you or they want to be with you, but it feels like this is an energy that maybe blames you that you're not matching their energy, okay? So it could be also like a way to because this can be the best cards in relationships, but it could be the worst of them. So I feel like they're unwilling to listen, and I feel like what they're not listening to, they're also blaming you of, like, you're also unwilling to listen. So it just feels like a lot of clashing, and it's kind of like a lot of bouncing back the same accusations towards one another, and you're walking away from that, or you're tired of that kind of stuff. Okay, now in terms of what's new or what's returning, in general, we have the Ten of Wands. And it doesn't have to be new returning, like it has to be a person every time, but in terms of like a refreshing or resetting of things, the Ten of Wands is like, look, cut your losses, don't take more than you can handle. Well, I feel like something here is complete, it's ending. There's something that's ended with somebody, and I feel like we're not going to fight it anymore. Okay, so this is allowing for an opportunity to kind of release things, all right, because you've been working hard, and you've worked hard in this relationship, but I also feel like everybody's carrying their own burdens here. So whatever you're burdening yourself with, unable to release or let go, is showing up here. In terms of like what's coming or who's coming into your life soon, it's just going to be like a reset. So it's what's coming is really more of an opportunity for something new to enter your life, or for a pause, or for going towards a direction that's more healing for you in your life. Okay, now the universe is showing up with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. The Eight of Swords in the reverse is just kind of like, the message is you're being liberated here. You're freeing yourself. You're disconnecting anything new that comes with you, that you've packed up with, that you've packed up what you want, let go of what you don't want. Okay, time to move on. But energetically speaking, you might actually encounter somebody in a similar place, in a similar space, like that it doesn't have to be, but you might be coming across somebody that's also going through some sort of a change. But the message here is to kind of be cautious, learn from your shortcomings. Okay, you're going through some sort of a freeing energy liberation cycle, but also there's an awakening here taking place. So it feels like blind no more, restricted no more. Okay, like you're cutting your losses to some degree, you're recognizing the challenges, but you're also on the road to recovery here. Okay, now I do have an energy here that also, if you're packing up and walking away from them, which might be this one, this card is saying, speaking for them, they're kind of wanting to salvage something. Okay, they're hoping that the pain can be released, but you're like, oh man, I'm not vibing with that, and I'm not vibing with that like frequency. I don't feel like that's my lane right now. You're having some sort of like a pause on things, at least in the month of December. All right, so let's go ahead and see what spiritual messages here for you, guidance. All right, spiritual message. Whoa, for guidance. Okay, nothing else fell down. All right, so we have meditate on the spaciousness of air. Holy wow. Okay, when you are stuck, picture yourself in an open, airy space with room to move and breathe. Let yourself feel free and empowered. Yeah, things might feel like a little much, but it's gonna all like literally like iron itself out, which is great. I feel like that's awesome. Just breathe. All right, love you all, Pisces, and I'll see you very soon. Bye. All right, last but not least, we have Libra. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for your December 2025 tarot reading. Okay, we're going to check in with your life, love, and spiritual guidance. All right, so let's see what's here for Libra for the month of December. For life matters, we have an angel. Okay, so spiritual guidance is here. Protection from harm. You're protected, you're safe, you're guided. Somebody cares about you, something is aflame for you. You're not alone. Even if you feel like something is like restricting in any way, release and breathe. You're feeling, you're in a good place. We have a younger woman's here. Okay, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. This could be something going on at work with somebody. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. This is literally, you could be even like dealings with siblings. Something's coming up, but there's going to be some issues here that are going to be, you're going to be triumphant. Obstacles be gone. You're going to be like, things are going to be resolving in December. Angelic support is here, so you're protected. Okay, look, you could be dealing with somebody that's arrogant. Okay, so This is somebody that thinks that that they have some sort of power over you, or they try to like act all like prideful and arrogant and like cocky, literally. But it's all just noise. I feel like this is somebody that just feels like they have to perch out and push their chest out. But look, we have family wishes are going to come true. We have a well. I feel like it's a very, very kind of relaxing 2025 in terms of like life matters. Whatever needs resolving here, it's going to come through. Honestly, I feel like maybe for some of you, however your belief system is, your angel could be a younger female energy. But here we are looking at things positively. Your wishes are going to come true. Things will materialize for you. But if somebody's trying to like intimidate you or control or kind of like flex some sort of energy on you, I feel like it's coming out of arrogance. I don't feel like they mean harm. All right, I just feel like they're just gonna be like all noise, kind of all bark and no bite, kind of. So let's see what's going on here for you in love, my beautiful Libra. So I'll pull 3 cards about the energies around you. Who wants you? Who misses you? Who's with you? Who's not with you? What's going on? And also pull a card for the what the universe wants you to pay attention to, or is calling out for a challenge or something to look out for. So for your energies here, we have the Ten of Cups, the Hermit. We also have the Page of Pentacles, which is the gift from the universe, and you're showing up with the Temperance and the Upright. Well, how about that? Every time this card showed up, this reading, it's been in the reverse. So, you're in a good positive space, mentally speaking, when it comes mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I don't know. You're just more in a balanced state when it comes to your love and relationship vibe. All right, you could be in some sort of a soulmate connection here. You could be it's one of those where opposites attract, things work out. But this card also represents angel comms. So angels are communicating with you. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to synchronicities. It's showing up twice. This is the ultimate angel card. Well, kind of. But you know what I mean? Like, what are those things where get back in touch with yourself, reassess your values. I think you might be doing so already when it comes to love. So you're looking at things from what brings value for you in relationships. This is one of the greatest cards to have in connections, honestly. And I feel like you have or are working, or your outlook is focused on having a balanced relationship. Here we're having family wishes come true. Here we have a family card. Okay, kind of. I mean, it is. This is the energy that's most romantically connected to you right now. I feel like somebody that wants to build a family with you, grow a family with you. This is energy of wholeness, okay, and marriage. But I also feel like this is something where family blessings are going to be pouring in. So some cycle with this person might be ending or has ended that has resulted in positive outpour of change. But we're also dealing with an energy that likes to be very reclusive, take time to themselves. They overthink sometimes some things. I don't feel like it's too negative. I feel like sometimes your relationship, your energy comes as though you're focused, both of you are too focused on doing your own thing. So, there's an effort that's needed to keep the connection going, because it's really easy to feel like it's kind of like you guys are like separated from one another. But this energy here is happy, abundant, happy. Their energy towards you and like their relationship is one of family. It's one of fulfillment, wholeness. That's kind of interesting to see that. I feel like this energy is truly happy. You might be happy together, or you bring them true happiness. Okay, they really do have love for you, and I feel like they're very kind of like there's a lot of gratitude. Something is flourishing here between you and this energy, but again, there's some things that are still unknown, or things that you two keep to yourselves, or this person but in terms of they may be coming forward with these revelations. They may be coming forward and expressing some things that they've held, you've noticed and felt that they haven't been open about. They may just talk to you about it. All right, like kind of come through, but they don't share and you don't share, and then there's discreetness, and sometimes that kind of puts a cloud over things. But it's not a bad thing. It's just, I think it's just a passage right now. The Page of Pentacles, in terms of a gift from the universe, I just call it a gift, but it's more like sometimes it comes across as a challenge. But the universe is talking to you with the Page of Pentacles when it comes to love. And it's in the reverse, and it's just kind of like, look, great, everything is awesome, but we need to like in reality, not fantasy. So it could be some daydreaming here. So the daydreaming gets things going and going. However, action is really loud, like louder than voice. Okay, so sometimes the relationship becomes very stagnant, or not stagnant, but more like complacent, kind of like, okay, well, this is what we're doing, good, okay, fine, we don't need to do anything different. But things require nurturing and stuff like that. So stability is not necessarily powerful or strong, or this is the universe saying, hey, focus on this right now. Like if you're in this relationship with somebody that things kind of feel like complacent or just kind of lazy and just moving along, I think the universe is like nudging you to kind of focus on just kind of getting things on the right track. Like, you don't have to be obsessive, but we need to kind of have some sort of desire to kind of grow and evolve when it comes to stability. Money issues here could also be a thing, or stability due to finances, not necessarily finances, but just limitations. So also the message is to pay attention to achieve results. Like speaking of things and not acting on them is not going to make something happen. And so, and same applies to the relationship or the idea of having a family. This person though, that's really most attached to you, really wants to, like, they're not like seeing you. You guys, it seems like the connection is like, it's there, but it's not like the strongest it can be, but it's not weak, something's like, so even if there's like separations or breaks or something like that, there's something that ties you two together, that you guys are not done from with one another, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's see what spiritual messages here, guided messages here for you, Libra, for December 2025. Something for you to pay attention to or focus on for your own well-being. All right, so yeah, find your purpose, okay? So when you feel like you don't fit into this world, remember that you're here to help create a better one. Your tender heart is a treasure. All right, well, I appreciate you, Libra. Thank you so much for joining me again, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.